You just saw Nas live last night.
Yes, I saw Nas. I saw Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
And let
That's
me
your first
say,
time seeing Wu-Tang live?
yes. I've
Okay.
seen now Taylor reminded me, I did see Ghostface, Capadonna, and Killer Priest in like 2017,
Okay.
something like that. First time seeing all 9 members of the Wu.
Yeah.
And then I missed De La Soul.
Because they were they weren't on for very long, were
Let
they?
me tell y'all. First of all, here's the thing with concerts with older acts, and Doc, maybe you can attest to this or co-sign this.
Yeah.
When you got an older act, they're very punctual
Mm-hmm.
because they want to be in the bed,
Sure. Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
as does their audience.
Mm-hmm.
So the first thing was we got there because shout out to my wonderful wife, just, not the most punctual, but it's fine. So we got there a little late, and I get a text from my man who's in the building, says De La's performing. Talib Kweli fills in for Dave. So by the time we walk from where we parked at into the arena was probably maybe a 4 to 5 minute walk.
That's okay. That's not bad.
Not bad. And maybe 5 or 6 minutes, maybe more on the 6 minute side. By the time we get to our seats, I hear Rock Cocaine Flow coming from the stadium. And as we find our seat, I hear, peace, y'all. Appreciate it.
It's tough.
Did
15 minutes.
15, 20 minutes at the most. I don't even know what they did. I don't know. I saw a video of them doing Stakes is High. I don't know what their set list was. I have to go look at it. So there's maybe a 5 minute break. My wife is like, hey, I'm going to go get some concessions. Do you want anything? The minute she stands up, lights go down. She's like, never mind. I'm not going down. So Wu-Tang comes out first, and each individual member comes out and does a record. So
Okay.
I wish I would have pulled a doc and took notes. Jizza comes out and does Liquid Swords. He's first. Inspector Deck does Reunited.
I got the whole set list right here if you want it.
Let me. Is it on set list?
Yeah, it is. Want me to send you the link?
Nah, I'm already there.
Okay.
I'm already there. There it is. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Okay. First of all, this you see this Nancy Sinatra Bang Bang thing
Yeah.
was okay. So the way the stage was set up, it was like there was the ground, and then there was like maybe like a higher stage, like a pillar where they had a band, and then they had like a podium. And of course, you know who comes out to the podium. Your man.
My man.
Yeah, the ruler Zigzag Zigala,
The
the RZA. He comes out. His pants are insane, like just zippers and just insane.
Sure. I would expect no less.
Right. He does a poem about.
Come on, man.
He does a poem
He
about
does a poem?
Wu-Tang, and once upon a time I saw this and I crafted the sound and I was here and blah 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 blah. Wu-Tang, Wu-Tang forever, yada yada
Sure.
yada. So they did Clan in the front. I don't remember when they did Clan in the front. Okay, they might have just like played that. Okay,
Yeah.
so all right,
probably
so
just played it.
Jizza comes out, does Liquid Swords. Deck comes out and does For Heaven's Sake. That was what I was like, oh, we're doing For Heaven's Sake, because I text you about that. Yep. Raekwon comes out, does Incarcerated Scarfaces. I don't remember who came out for Severe Punishment. I honestly don't remember. Oh, that was You God. You God comes out and does Severe Punishment and The Mystery of Chess Boxing. Can't front, I'm not familiar with Severe Punishment, so that's why I didn't know. Ghost comes out to Mighty Healthy. And then they do Bring the Ruckus together. No Method Man. No Method Man. So crowd's kind of like, where's Meth? They go backstage. This whole set is probably 20, 25 minutes.
Okay.
And I'm like, yo, is this it? Then Raekwon comes out. Actually, no. Why are they only? Oh, they're only showing. Okay, so that's what they're doing. Okay, got it. I see what they're doing. So I got to go back and forth. Do you have Wu-Tang and Nas together, or do you just have
No, I just have they're separate. Yeah.
Okay, that's stupid, but that's fine. Okay, so then after that, Nas comes out. Okay. First of all, this set list is wrong.
I was gonna say, there's no way he only did 11 records.
No way. No, this set list is wrong.
So
This
you
is
got to get in there and edit that.
Yeah, I'll get right on that. This is actually the second set list, and I'll get to that. So first set list, Nas out the gate does the message.
No.
Oh, out the gate he does the message. Nas's first set list was fire.
Yeah.
He's firing on all cylinders. He sounds good, looks good, energetic, commanding the stage. He looks like a professional. Whereas with the Wu-Tang, it was like, I ain't gonna lie, like it was kind of underwhelming.
Okay.
It's kind of underwhelming. Outside of like Raekwon was good.
Yeah.
Ghostface was good.
Mm-hmm.
And that was pretty much it. The way that they kind of like tried to give everybody stage or give everybody like space was, if you weren't rapping, they kind of like moved you to the back. So You God only has like 3 verses the whole night, right? So he's just in the back, just kind of nodding his head, chilling. Master Ace only has maybe 2 verses. He's in the back chilling.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ray and Ghost far and away best stage presence, all that stuff. But like all in all, it was too many people on stage. It was just a lot going on.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
I said Nas's first set is crazy. Best part of the night by far. Nas rocks for maybe it felt maybe like 40, 45 minutes. Nice little set list. So because he starts with because I think they do like verbal intercourse together, and then Raekwon and Ghost leave, and so after that, Ghost and after they come out, they do Criminology.
Yeah, do like a little Ray and Ghost mini set.
Yeah, little Ray and Ghost set. Daytona 500. Okay, so here's where things got bad. Let me also say the sound in the arena was terrible. The sound was so bad.
That was my problem when I saw Wu-Tang live. I guess it was 2019. Mm-hmm. It was awful. It was awful. I could barely hear anything.
And I was trying to remember when I saw Pablo in that arena. And I was trying to remember if like the sound is always bad in that space, and I think it is. But the other thing that messed them up, Doc. I don't know if this was it's your joint, but all these rappers, you don't need a band. I know you're in an arena.
Wait, they had a
band
for Wu-Tang?
For Wu-Tang. They had a DJ and a band. They had 2 guitar players. Was there a keyboardist? I don't know if there's a keyboardist, but there was definitely a drummer. Because I believe the drummer also played for Nas too, but Nas only had Green Lantern and the drummer. Yeah.
Now, if you're gonna prepare specific backing tracks that like, oh, we got a drummer, so I've got, if RZA went back to the masters and was like, I dropped the drums out of all these records, so the live drum, like if you want to do that, that's fine. But instead, they're just piling on top. And my experience, I don't know if you saw this, for guys who've been doing this for 30 years now, a lot of bad mic holding, like you're holding like, super close, like you can't hear anything anyway. Like it was not pristine quality. And then who knows if the facility had some issues on top of it. It was tough. Like when I saw them, I could barely hear anything. When I went back and saw the three Chambers tour, which was GZA, Raekwon, and Ghost, that sound quality was amazing.
Okay.
And the 3 of them were aside from GZA moving like an old man, which he is. Like
GZA was moving. You
saw
like
that,
old man
did you?
Last night. Yeah, we did. I got a couple text messages about that. Yeah. Yep.
Aside from that, like I could hear much better there, so I was like, all right. That's why I didn't end up going to the tour when it came here last year. I was like, but maybe I should have just gone for Nas.
And I'm gonna get there. What size was the arena or the venue when you saw the three chambers?
Oh, that was small. Yeah, that was
Okay.
like it was a theater kind of a thing
Okay.
where it's like, yeah,
Good.
much smaller. When I saw the whole crew live, that was at the WNBA arena that we have for our team down at by the casino. So it was like 10,000 ish.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. The shot is where it's right next to Ohio State, so it's where
Yeah.
the basketball team plays, and the upper tarp was completely blocked off. So it was
Oh, they didn't even try to fill the.
nah. There was plenty of room.
Oh, interesting. Hmm.
Plenty of room. Random, 3 aisles up from me,
Mm-hmm.
Ab Liva.
Really?
Very random. If Nas wouldn't have ended the way that he ended, I would have made
Yeah.
it a point to meet him, shake his hand, give him flowers, all that stuff. Didn't get to do that because Nas ends his set with one mic, and that was my cue to exit.
You were like, you were like, okay, I'm beating
No.
everybody to the parking lot.
Absolutely,
That's
absolutely.
a pro. That's a pro move that you start to develop in your 30s as a
Absolutely.
concert goer.
Absolutely. My mother-in-law was watching our kids, and my 2-year-old
yeah.
was still awake. It was like 11. It's like, no, let's get her home and get her into bed. But
Yeah.
So yeah, go through there. Capadonna is there. Oh, I'm sorry. Sound quality is bad. I'll get the cap
Yeah.
in a second. Sound quality is terrible. So when they go from Criminology to Daytona 500, it just sounds like a car crash. Like Daytona
just
500
noise.
sounds so bad live that it ruined the experience, and that's one of my favorite Wu-Tang songs, period. Yeah, so then they do Ice Cream, Rainy Days. So Capadonna, he did this when Ghostface was here a couple years ago. He does Winter Wars, but he doesn't do it over the Winter Wars beat. Like this time he did it over Who Shot Ya and Mobb Deep Burn. And like, so my wife leans over to me. It's funny. My wife leans over to me, and she finally watched the Locks and Dipset verses like a week ago, like last week.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, that's Jadakiss's beat. Like, you can't touch, like, Who Shot Ya is kind of like, you can't touch that beat anymore. It's over. It's over.
I don't know about that, but I mean,
Nah, it's
just
it's,
do it over. What they all, everybody who was there came to hear Winter Wars. They all like. That's one of the things people wanted to hear.
Yes and no, because Doc, let me tell you something.
If you say anything bad about that verse,
No. I'm mad. No, I want to hear it over Winter. I sat down.
Yeah.
Like, I want to hear it over the Winter Wars beat. I couldn't even get into it because I don't want to hear it over Who Shot Ya because it sounds like a regular verse. The appeal of Winter Wars is also that, like, the beat is fire.
yeah,
But let me say, speaking of the people came here to see, a couple takeaways for the people who were in the crowd. First of all, we were outnumbered.
who's the we?
Doc, your people were everywhere. Like, white people.
We
you
love
guys
the Wu.
Love
the
Wu-Tang.
Wu-Tang. Yeah.
Love Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how much we were. We were probably outnumbered 65-35.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's a reason why they they're very popular in Connecticut, and it's not just because Raekwon said "Peace, Connecticut," right? Like it's a lot of white people, a lot of a lot of black people, a lot of Puerto Ricans, but definitely a lot of white people here.
Definitely a lot of white people. A lot of white women too.
Sure,
Yeah. It's like, okay.
they're wearing like the butter Puerto Rican like little half shirts from
I
the.
would have actually preferred if they did. they weren't. But yeah, so. And then also, like, I feel like I was one of the younger people there.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. So either, because I mean, like, listen,
Well,
man.
I'm trying to think of the crowd when I saw it. It's Three Chambers tour. There was a lot of like people in their 40s for sure.
Yeah. So, but not like, like, Doc, you just turned 40. Like,
I'm in my 40s. Oh my god,
okay.
I'm in my 40s.
I know that's
Jesus.
crazy. Nuts.
It is crazy.
But like, I'm talking about like 47, 48. Like, they're knocking on 50. Like, they turned 50 the same year as hip hop.
I mean,
But hey, it's where we are, 93, right? So yeah. So then right in they do Wu-Tang Ain't Nothing to F With. Out of nowhere, Method Man comes out, sprays water on the crowd goes nuts. Biggest roar of the night.
sure.
Method Man comes out of nowhere, says, "Yo,
I mean, that's
y'all-"
who the women were there to see.
For sure. Yeah, he did a little, took his shirt off, all that stuff. Yeah, they were definitely there for that.
Yeah.
A lot of women who had crushes on Method Man and Nas in 97, 96, 98, they were definitely there. He does Method Man, he does All I Need, and then he's done for the night pretty much.
He came in, did his 2 songs. It was
So, I mean, he's still there, but he's like,
Yeah.
you know. So what I found interesting was I feel like I remember seeing a video, Doc. I don't know if we talked about this, but Meth put out a video where he was like, "Yo, I'm not doing the tour. There's not enough money. X, Y, and Z. I'm doing TV."
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
So to me, it felt like he was probably like helping his guys out, because, you know, it's like if it's Wu-Tang and it's not Method Man,
That's tough.
a lot of people aren't gonna go.
Yeah.
You know, they're gonna pass on that. We want to see all 9 members, right? So I feel like Meth was probably like, "Look, I'll come, but I'm only gonna do half the show, or I'm only gonna do this little section or whatever." So, yeah. So ODB's son was there. He did "Shame on a Nigga." He later does "Shimmy Shimmy Ya." Only does the hook to "Got Your Money." He does the hook, and then he just kind of does like ODB ad libs, just like kind of like sings and wails and stuff. It's very weird.
Yeah.
Nas comes back out, and when I tell you this Nas set was one of the worst,
Oh no.
it was so bad. Doc, I sent you a video where he does Spicy, and then he goes into Hot Boys. He starts his set with I Can. Like
Hot Boys, I wouldn't mad. I wouldn't.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
but it was
mind.
like, I don't know.
That's not what you're there for.
Nah. Let me also say this. He was sneaking in those Hit Boy records, and he was using them to set up other like more classic songs, which is fine. But to me, he just consistently picked the wrong Hit Boy records.
You're telling me Nas picked the wrong records?
But you got Green Lantern there. You got Green Lantern there.
This is why. Wait, Nas never did a versus, right?
Nah.
I wouldn't. This is why, like, Nas in a versus theoretically should be incredible. Realistically, I don't know, man. He's gonna play I Can. He would play I Can in a versus, and we would all sit there and be like.
But I also feel like when we did one of our episodes on Nas, didn't we do research, and that's like one of his most like his biggest record?
Sure, but you know you don't play it.
Sure, I got
like
you.
Nobody needs to hear that record. We're all good.
Yeah, he did Got Yourself a Gun. Just really weird. Just weird. Like, all right, I don't hate Got Yourself a Gun, but really, but anyway, fast forward. All right, so get to the end. You know, they end with Triumph and then One Mic, and my biggest takeaway was that I want to see Nas by himself.
Okay.
Give me an hour and a half Nas set. Give me a 30 anniversary Cuban Link Iron Man tour. I would definitely go see Ghost and Ray by myself.
I mean, that's basically what the 3 Chambers tour was.
Yeah.
Like they just did. It was like Jizza came out. He did like almost all of Liquid Swords front to back.
Mm-hmm.
Then they came out, and then Ray and Ghost came out on stage. They did basically all the classic stuff from Cuban Links and Iron Man, tons of it. Then Jizza came back on stage, and then it got kind of weird because they're doing like, okay, what 3 records have we been on? Oh, I remember we were all on this song, and they sort of randomly did it or whatever. But like, I mean, yeah, that 3 Chambers tour was great just for that like Ray and Ghost back and forth, and you're like, oh, these two have clearly done a million shows together.
Yes, that was clear. So shout out to Ray and Ghost. Definitely will go see them together. Would definitely go see Method Man and Redman, something like that. Would love to see a show with them. And I was just a little underwhelmed with Wu-Tang as a whole. A little underwhelmed.
It's hard, man.
Yeah.
I mean, the math doesn't really like, you know, they're not wrong. Like, so first of all, De La's got to get a little something.
Yep.
You know, I don't know if Talib Kweli had to get a little something either, but you know, like, I pulled up their set list too. I don't know if did you see that?
I'm looking up right now. Potholes.
So they did Potholes in My Lawn, Stakes is High.
Yeah.
Then they did Move Something and Get By.
I can see Get By, but you didn't do the Blast? You didn't Move Something? Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. It's and I guess he wanted energetic, you know. Roller skating gym named Saturdays, Buddy, and Rock Cocaine Flow.
I mean, for 15 minutes, that's not terrible. Outside of move something. What are they supposed to do? Trying people? Like they're not gonna like really get into a De La Soul bag, but it's fine.
They didn't play their most successful single of all time, which is Me, Myself, and I.
Oh yeah, true. They didn't do Me, Myself, and I. They didn't do Break It Dawn. Like, yeah, they definitely could have did. Okay, sure.
They didn't do Magic Number.
Yeah, sure. And like, what movie used that? Was it Spider-Man?
Spider-Man. Yeah, that's had like a whole like little like. I'm looking at the set list. I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah, that was my son's introduction to them. That's what got him into liking them. So, yeah. So all in all, I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I experienced it.
Yeah.
I'm definitely don't regret it, but it was okay.
Okay.
Now wife and I are going to Cleveland to go see Tony this weekend.
Oh, you're doing all the concerts.
Oh yeah, come on, man. Birthday month. I got to. It's what we do. So my wife and I do. We do concerts.
We've slowed down a lot.
Yeah.
On concerts. Yeah. Like,
I mean, you also paid $15,000 for those Beyonce seats too.
Not really, actually.
Yeah.
I'm because I bought tickets to the New York show and then sold them for profit. At the end of the day, my Beyonce tickets weren't that much money, actually.
Gotcha.
Even still, like the seats that we bought, I mean, the face value on, like, I paid, I don't know, $75 a ticket for those. It wasn't that bad.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad at all, actually.
No, it was like a Verizon pre-sale, something like that. And we were in the upper deck, but we were the first row of the upper deck, so we could just peer down. So it's fine.
Yeah.
No, we weren't trying to spend $5. Oh, you see that she's doing the concert tour in theaters.
Yeah. I'm gonna take my 9-year-old. Yeah,
I think that's I wonder if that's a mistake for her, but we'll see.
No, because she's doing a second leg.
No. That's not what I mean. What I mean is, because it's going to be compared to what Taylor's doing,
for sure.
And look, Beyonce is huge, but she's not going to do She's not going to do Taylor numbers. The Taylor Swift numbers for this, like the pre-sale numbers for her concert tour, the movie, are insane.
Yeah, she's almost at $1 billion, right?
Well, for the tour itself, but what I mean is, like this concert tour movie, they've already pre-sold $100 million worth of tickets.
Taylor's doing it too.
Yeah. Oh, Taylor announced hers a couple weeks ago in theaters, so it looks like Beyonce's kind of copying a little bit. I mean, I'm sure this was already in the works, but the problem is like Taylor Swift's concert movie is going to go #1 the week it comes out, which is insane. Like they treated it the way that artists treat like a Drake album. Other movies started like with release dates, like actual movies. They moved. They got out of the way of Taylor. They wanted no part of Taylor.
Got you. Yeah,
she's going to do huge numbers.
We're going to talk about copying today on today's show. We're going to talk about copying. We'll get there.
So the Beyonce tour though in theaters, that'll be interesting. I'll be curious to see.
Yeah, first weekend of December.
Yeah.
Yeah, first weekend of December. So I think I haven't bought the tickets yet, but they're like 25.
Oh wow, Jesus.
Yeah, 25. But I'm also doing. I looked at IMAX. I'm like, if we don't do this, like we.
Oh yeah, do the whole. Yeah.
You get a little older, discretionary income.
The one thing I don't like about IMAX is I feel like the IMAX seats aren't as comfortable.
They're not. When we went to the Jesus is King movie, they were like long and kind of like. Yeah, like uncomfortable. Like
when I saw Oppenheimer for 3 hours in those IMAX seats, I was like, you're like shifting side. It was like I was on a plane. Like you're like crammed in there. I'm like moving around.
Man, we getting old, man.
Listen,
it's terrible. All right. What
Nas.
else? I mean, I don't have anything. Shout out to Nas. Yeah.
No, Grace,
he's Grace